Hello everyone, it's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Tonight we're doing a Divine Masculine reading, just to kind of find out where he's at as far as the connection is concerned. Where is he in his head, heart, and physical space right now? What are the things that he's going through and dealing with? Some messages for him from Spirit and some guidance from the angels for the Divine Masculine at this time. So the first thing I'll go through is, I'm going to save those for last. So let's get started with the top. So the first row is where what the Divine Masculine's current energies are. So we have Rigid, Dark Night of the Souls, Action, and Understanding. Okay. So what I get from this is right now he's got his heels dug in. He's going through a dark night of the soul, trying to gain some understanding of what he's going through, what he's experiencing as far as this connection is concerned. Really examining his life and very much in his headspace, and we'll see that as the reading unfolds. But he's very much gone within, dealing with a lot of shadow work, a lot of emotion, regret, kind of feeling down on himself a little bit. We also have received with that as well. So he's gaining some understanding. He's received some messages, maybe some guidance, some signs, pertaining to this connection. So he's really in his headspace and processing right now. So the way I see this is definitely a masculine in separation. He's kind of retreated from the connection at this time to go through things. So what does he have to do at this time to get through this, the dark night of the souls, and to get the understanding, to take action possibly? We have the Ace of Cups, so he definitely needs to work on himself, on his self-love, filling his own cup of love, pick himself up, work on his self-worth. We have the Six of Cups, so that's very much being nostalgic, and thinking about the past, and thinking about what this connection brought to him from the beginning. And then we also have Temperance. So Temperance to me is a card of divine intervention. We have this angel with the two cups, the two counterparts, and he's trying to balance out the energy. So there's a reason for the separation at this time. The divine is stepping in to balance things out, possibly making him think about the past, and think about some of the feelings that this connection brought up for him while he processes through this dark night of the soul, and gains a more understanding. We'll do these after. So the message from Spirit as far as this connection is concerned, for the masculine: life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow, you'll be surprised where it leads. So Spirit is acknowledging the fact that he's got his heels dug in, and he's not going with the flow. He's not going with the feelings that he's getting as far as this connection, the things that he wants to act upon. So he's really put on the brakes, and Spirit is saying that you know, when you resist change, it causes stress, and this is why things are you know so dark at the moment. We'll do the guidance after. Here. All right, so the masculine now in his headspace. Where is he in his headspace at this time? We have disappointment. We have divine masculine. We have stuck. We have mute. And we have bound. So in his headspace right now, he's really disappointed about sort of maybe the way he's handled things, or the way things aren't quite turning out the way he had hoped. He feels stuck and bound to something, and I believe there's something in his environment right now that sort of has him pinned down. He wants to step into this divine masculine energy, but he feels that he cannot. He's being held back from that. And mostly because of the dark night of the souls and the disappointment and the regret and the different emotions that he's processing right now. It's not allowing him to ascend to a vibration where he can step into that divine masculine power. So he's mute. There's no communication. He's tucked himself away. He's very much in his head, and he's bound to that energy right now. So what can he, what else is he processing through about this moment? So he's having a tower moment, definitely, in his headspace. He knows that the feminine is right now in her Queen of Wands energy. So the Queen of Wands is a very independent he knows that she's moving on, regardless, and doing what she is supposed to do, and not, he might be feeling a little bit left behind, or feeling regretful that, possibly she might get out of his reach at this point. And then we have the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is about wanting to move forward, looking for an opportunity to move forward. But right now, he's, old systems, old ways of thinking, all this stuff that has him bound and stuck is all starting to crumble. So he has to process out of this tower moment in order to get back to this connection. So, word of advice from Spirit as far as this headspace is: embrace through each other, you find missing pieces. So, what that means in this respect is that sometimes you need other people to help you get out of the muck. You need someone else to help you navigate through some of these energies. So embrace the fact that you do have a Queen of Wands, someone that can be responsible and stand on her own, and can pull you out if you need to. So maybe you need to reach out and ask for help getting through some of this. So where is he in his heart space at this time? And this is really sweet. In his heart space right now, we have a transformation happening. So we have a masculine who is very much in his head, very protective, very armored up as far as his emotions. And so he's going through, in his heart, he's going through a transformation. He's feeling emotions. He's getting more in touch with how he feels. And we have mirroring. So we do have some mirroring going on between the two counterparts at this time. So she might be, the divine feminine might be feeling some of his emotions at this time. They're both sort of isolating away, definitely from each other at this time, but there is mirroring going on between the two. He's very much in his heart space thinking of a commitment, thinking of this connection, and what it means to his life, and really wanting to have that one-on-one type of commitment, because he does recognize it as a significant connection, as a soul contract, as a twin flame. He knows what the connection is about in his heart. He knows that it's not going away at this time, and he wants a conclusion. He wants this sort of very dark and stuck energy to come to an end. He wants a conclusion to it. He's ready to get in touch with his emotions, and he, sort of wants to forge forward. In the cards here, we have him building strength to try to, get through this. We have the star. So the star is about wishes being granted. We have emotions flowing here. We have, this is what your heart wants. And wishes are ready to be granted here for the masculine. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. So he is sort of taking a step back and admiring sort of how far he's come and the things he's gone through, and possibly thinking about, the certain times that maybe the feminine has helped him through some hard times. So she is very much in his heart space at this time, even though in his head and the current connection is not showing this. She's all through his heart. So message from Spirit as far as his heart space. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. How perfect is that? All right, so in his physical space right now, what do we have going on in the physical space? So we have words. We have shadow work. We have recognition. We have victim. And we have muse. So in his physical space right now, as much as he might want to come forward with communication, he feels that he cannot do that at this time. He does recognize this connection, but he has some things that he needs to work on. And that's part of the Dark Night as a Souls, is this shadow work that he's taking care of. But he does see her as an inspiration to move forward. We have here the High Priestess, so he's going within, he's trusting his intuition, possibly paying attention to signs and synchronicities from the universe, but this is sort of really trusting your intuition and going within and going with your gut. We have the Hanged Man, so yes, there is a pause. He is gone within to really try to pull himself out of this situation. And then we have the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is a very single energy. So I don't see that he's working, that there are other third parties here or anything like that. He is definitely working on himself at this time. So message from Spirit as far as his physical space is concerned. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So possibly he could be making some decisions at this time based on not how he feels or what he wants, but based on what he thinks is good for other people. So he definitely is being told by Spirit that he needs to listen to his heart and make the decisions that are best for him at this time. So the guidance from the romance angels for the masculine during navigating these current energies. The first one is, you deserve love. You are lovable. So in working on the Dark Night of the Souls and the shadow work and your self-worth and the things that have you stuck, Just keep in mind that you are lovable and you deserve to be loved, and you are loved, by your counterpart. So it's all there. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So, in your heart, you want the commitment. You want to bring this stuff to a conclusion. You have to give it a chance in order to do that. And then we have true love. This is a romance of a lifetime. It is a romance of a lifetime. It is a romance of lifetimes. And, it will sort of come together. So bottom of the deck across the board, we have forgiveness. We have forgiveness. So he needs to forgive himself. He needs to really go easy on himself right now. He's really, the disappointment, the stuck feelings are really sort of self-imposed. So he really needs to give himself forgiveness. He's only human. He's been through a lot of lessons, through a lot of learning. Really look back at how far he's come. We have divine assistance. And we also have divine connection. And I have to note that it's Gemini. So, yes, the divine is stepping in to help this connection really come together. Bottom of the deck here, we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is in touch with his emotions. He is balanced. He is kind. He is caring. So this is our masculine. This is what he's working towards becoming. And he's there. He just has to recognize that. Bottom of the deck for Spirit guidance. Give thanks for the blessings of love soon to come your way. Know that you deserve to be and have all that your heart truly desires. How sweet is that? And then from the Romance Angels, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. So, to sort of sum up the whole Divine Masculine reading at this time, during these current energies, he is definitely processing out the last of some of this really rough water. He has to get more out of his headspace and more into his heart space. This transformation that he's going through in his heart space is going to open up those emotions for him. And then, they're not to be afraid. You are lovable. You deserve love. I think that's the best message out of all of it. So, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.